You know that person who you've always heard about, but never really got the chance to meet them? They told me that he was a loving and caring father, husband, and grandfather. This is a story about a great man. This man was named Gary. Gary was well known in Craig, which is a small town in northwest Colorado, from all of his accomplishments he made there. He founded a support group for all the parents who lost their children to illnesses or even accidents. He also served on the Border of Needy Assistance program and was an active member at the Western Conference, the United Congregational Church Association, and he served as a chaplain for the police and the hospital. He didn't feel that his calling was only for the pulpit, but was to make sure that everyone was happy, whoever needed him. Gary's calling was to contribute to his community and make an effort to make everyone's life more enjoyable. He served as a minister for 35 years at the First Congregational Church in Craig, Colorado. While in Craig, he officiated 634 weddings, 318 funerals, and 284 baptisms. He didn't care what or if any religion the person was, but focused on their needs. Gary did a lot of things for his family and his community. He raised 5 kids with a minister salary and with his wife as a stay-at-home mother in a small town. And also, he had to keep the congregation happy. In his 50s, he suffered from a heart attack which left permanent damage, but that didn't keep him from being an active minister, husband, and father with only 40% of a functioning heart. But in February 16, 1997, he and the congregation was in the pews, and just like Gary was always in his office before the session started, and when the service was supposed to start, Gary was nowhere to be found. So the secretary went to his office to see what was holding him up, and Gary was found head slouched down on his desk and without a heartbeat. Gary passed away February 1997, way before I was born. One of his most and greatest accomplishments was his children, and was lucky enough to officiate in 4 of their weddings. Unfortunately, he couldn't officiate in his youngest sons because he passed away. His youngest son was my dad, and this great man was my grandfather. Never knowing my grandfather was all the memories that I've heard about him coming from my aunts, uncles, and even my dad to tell me more about him. Even though I never knew my grandfather Gary, his life lived on through my grandma, who I got the pleasure to meet and spend time with. She told me stories all about him, and these stories gave me hope, and I never lost focus of who he was as a person, and it feels like he was never gone, but always in my heart. Thank you.